think in the realm of the unknown, unknowable, unthinkable. I've been like this. I was born like this. My mom would say, there's always been a problem. Yeah. And she would also say, like, I have layers and layers of stuff. When in the world am I going to release all that? Over a period of time, I figured out that I come from a very old family. And I discovered I come from a very old family because I looked into my family tree and I was figuring out where where does life come from? Where does my family come from? Where is our ancestors? What's the story? How did I become, or rather, what has been influencing me? Why do I have what I have? And I was thinking very interesting dynamics, and I was kind of trying to figure out if only my life is like this or everybody's life is like this. And so I was kind of putting the puzzle pieces together. I discovered I come from a very old family, a very old family, and I, in the course, was also kind of figuring out why am I like this? Why am I like not everybody else, like everybody else? And now I'm a therapist, facilitating health, facilitating original humane intelligence. I have an enterprise facilitating original humane intelligence through Advaita-based Sanatana Dharma services as relevant to the 21st century. Now, these all seems like archaic words, but their relevance um, is quite classic, yeah, timeless. And how there is so forms part of why I'm making this video, and as also as value edibles, uh, perspectives from which people can look at their own life, their own creatives, and so this is kind of like my mom was saying, you have layers and layers of stuff, and I'm going to release it. In the course of my development, my enterprise also, as I've been inadvertently, I came to being what can we call as a green thara. Um, a green thara is like a tree, you know, that converts carbon dioxide to oxygen. So, um, not so healthy things to bio-friendly products. So I've been healing the fabric of time and space, and so earth, water, fire, air, spirit, space, several basics. Um, and in the course of this, as awareness, we became more aware, more conscious, more conscious, yes, conscientious. I could then release more products, more services. In the Vedas, they call it as, there's a saying which Mr. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister, he quoted, saying that, if you're paying attention to the flora and fauna, if you're paying attention to the seasons, and seasons would also be time, yes, and you're not lazy, then you wouldn't be poor, yeah, which is a quote from the Vedas. Um, so I'm like a field creator. Yeah. So as I heal the fabric of time and space, I see what is showing up, what kind of creatives is showing up, what kind of enterprises is showing up, what kind of thought lines is showing up, and accordingly, I make my next move, my next line of services, my next line of words, thoughts, like seeds. Yeah. So I'm like an aranyaka, yeah, but like a green tara. But I'm more like a tree who's also contemplating things, and then new seeds, new thought lines, in making life better. So as a health facilitator, uh, the um, the Hippocrates Oath speaks about how a job of a physician doesn't end with just taking care of people who come with health concerns, but also in addressing the root cause of the concerns, wheresoever possible, in howsoever many ways possible. Uh, because the job, a person is not just a person, but is a representative of where all they come from. So a physician's job also includes that. So I have been functioning according to that dictate, recommendation dictate, and that is a fine line. I'm sure every profession has their own oath, and I took since I'm a clinician, facilitate health therapeutically. I took my the oath from my profession seriously, and I turned out to be a green tara kind of person. Yeah, green tara quality, dashavatara quantity, because 4 brands and um, 10 trademarks came up. So that's like dashavatara. Well, but this has come about in the course of me doing my work. So I have a story about which to tell about this. Yeah, I have a 10 brand so enterprise, and each of them have unique values to offer. So I'm a Dashavatara, that way. And I'm a green Tara because I'm healing the fabric of time and space. Now, having said that, um, I do my work, like now I'm working on facilitating uh, movementless yoga, which is a method by which I take care of my own body um, in between during sessions. So the intensity of the healing healthcare is not a shop for the faint-hearted. It's like being a soldier in the field. Only you're not in the field of, well, it's a different kind of can't really call it as a war, but it's a different kind of a soldier goes out into the field with arms and ammunitions. Um, I go out in the field of everyday living without any arms and ammunitions. I use no things, no medicines, no interventions. Yeah, just my body, obey. Yeah, and awareness. Well, so it's a very fine method of healthcare. Um, it's like a surgeon doing surgery, well, to heal a very important different aspects of healthcare without using instruments, without anesthesia, without a theater, operation theater, or with a team. Yeah, just alone. So it's a fine skill. Yeah. Um, so, um, and it has its own benefits, so much so that I'm required to teach this to people. So my work must be valuable. So, in the interest of that, in the interest of also facilitating this, because it's taken a long time for a person like me to form, yeah, because I discovered I'm not so usual everyday person, because I looked into my family history and where I come from and why am I the way I am, and then having figured all of this out, and it's taken a long time, I'm duty bound, dharma karma, to teach, yeah, and make this available as a, some call it a siddhi, but it's a it actually becomes a siddhi when you're actually able to have other people, you know, have the same effect, the same benefit, the same ability. That's when you call it a siddhi. So I'm in the process of doing that, and in that interest, I'm teaching movementless yoga. Yeah, it's more like a new level. It's like a launch. But anybody who hasn't experienced movementless yoga, who hasn't experienced yoga, it would be a new. And somebody who hasn't experienced movementless yoga, I founded it, originated it. So chances are a lot of people haven't experienced movementless yoga. So it would be a new. In that sense, it would be a launch. Because to them, for them, they've never experienced it. And so whatever I say would be like a news or a launch in their experience of living. So I don't think this launch is ever quite getting over, but the point is now I'm starting to launch the beach yoga, movementless yoga, in a new level. Because, like I said, I'm make a new movement based on the level of awareness, level of readiness of the field of earth, water, fire, air, spirit, space. Let's just say dimensions, and their ability to accommodate a new. Yeah, because it's like a household. Yeah, if the house is not ready for, um, you know, it's like you, it, a better comes about in small, small stages. If you're going to have like in rich overnight, they don't know what to do with themselves or with the money or with the richness, or um, so it, that could disturb status quo. And so my work over a period of time, what I've discovered is in the course of my therapy work, is to not do too much of anything. Yeah, not too fast. It's just organic. Yeah, so it's all accommodatable. So people are not going to the Kubler-Ross, up and down hills. And 2 years of pandemic, we definitely know the value of waves. Yeah, so we don't do that. At least I don't do that. Um, and so, if you see waves like that, then maybe our system is ready for that kind of a wave. Yeah. So, and I talk about something new according to the readiness of a system to accommodate anything new. Yeah. So, do contact me. So you could get introduced into what movementless yoga makes available, which is movementless asana, movementless pranayama, movementless dhyana, uh, where asana, pranayama, dhyana are said to be three necessary aspects of a yoga practice, and it becomes once you're able to get a hang of what this is. Um, these are different facets of the tools of this is awareness, present moment, and mindfulness. So these are the tools by which yoga becomes possible. Movementless yoga becomes possible. And you would think we all know that, but the thing is, we already knew that we wouldn't be having diseases, we wouldn't be poor or dying. And since all the three are not quite as already there, what I'm talking about is a new paradigm in what it means to be human, and I'm talking about. Um, so, so I'm talking about green tara quality, dashavatara quantity human being. So there are many facets of what we don't already know because I come from the realm of the unknown, unknowable, unthinkable, um, and I am the way I am. I'm doing what I am because um, Almighty Dotting, or whom we call as God or universe, um, deems it ready for our system to more accommodate my kind of a person, and I'm doing my job. Yeah, so it's like a big organization where employees are you have a new employee depending on what the organization is now headed up to and what would like to be brought about, and so you have a new department maybe or a new vertical or a new company, like a system of companies. So that way. So I'm bringing forth a new facet. We couldn't have the internet before the internet could come because you had to have the computer and you had to have the system and so because all of that had to be in place before the internet could come. Yeah. And now internet is a natural part of our everyday living. So I'm like a new paradigm in how we live and how we interact. It's a new paradigm like the internet. Yeah, over time this will become our way of living. So you contact me earlier, you get an head start, early bird start into having the internet. Yeah, it's like the space age. So you would have the space by which to, well, I can't really say age, because then you would have another understanding of what is. If you have a problem with growing old, aging, you would have a different perspective of what is possible from being healthy, wealthy, wise. Um, Green Tara quality, Dashavatara quantity. Yeah. you need systems by which to manage such a life, which I have provisions. I have Dharmapada for soul satisfaction. I have Connect Dot. And for all of this, we need medicine intelligence, which is the knowledge of how to be an originally humane being. So it's a weave of several values, um, and um, and it all takes Nirbija Yoga. Yeah, Nirbija Yoga is what it takes to regularly decontaminate um, the complementary opposites, so that you're not, getting buffed into, oh, this is good, that is bad, or that is good and this is bad. So the Shiva trilogy talks about how people used to think gods are gods and demons are demons. And then there is another aspect of the story where they say the demons actually think the demons are God and the gods are the demons. Yeah. So it's like you're looking at one thing, like the number 6 and 9. The people who see 6 argue that 6 is right. And the people who see 9, like from the other side, they argue that 9 is right. Yeah. And then you would have um, humanity across boundaries concerns. So, so one needs to see the other person's perspectives and those kinds of things. So, and the other needs to see this person's perspective. Otherwise, we will never be able to appreciate each other's view. And when you're calculating from 6, you have different math, different results. You're calculating from 9, you have different results. Yeah. And both is true. So they're not contradictions. They're lack of perspective. So I facilitate from left to right, right to left, up to down, down to up, front to back to front, into out and out to into. Yeah. So many facets. It's gonna take some time to get a hang of what original yoga is. Yeah, we have different aspects of what we understand as yoga in terms of asana, pranayama, dhyana, and we continue to have diseases, economic concerns, and death. So this is a new paradigm in what it means to be human, from a completely different paradigm of what yoga is, or what keeping it together means. Yeah. Um, so you're not limited to Ashtanga, you're kind of coming to Dashanga. Yeah. So so you have many more new things to think about. Um, the sooner you get started, it's like, you joining a university, you got to learn the Montessori, and then kindergarten, primary school, high school, college, yeah, different levels. And then you also need to be able to apply what you learned. So you have on the job work. And you also need to be employed by different organizations, so that you're not just floating around here, but the skills you have is appropriately employed. So you need to be part of the system, and what it takes for you to be an instrument by the universe, by Almighty Turing, in in making the world a better place to live in. So you would have a skill which is not possible otherwise. You would have to join school. You'd have to join my university. And my university is, well, I'm like walkie-talkie university. You'd have to contact me, and then you begin classes from Montessori, ABCD at least. Well, before than that, you would have to learn lines, and then, horizontal lines, vertical lines, diagonal lines, a lot of things, basics. Yeah. So the earlier you get started, healthy, wealthy, wise you get. Yeah. All originally humane. Yeah. Completely different paradigm of thinking. It's the n dimension paradigm. So people keep talking about three dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimension, 5 dimensions. This is n dimensions. Yeah. Um, it takes a lot of work. So people have their own ideas of what n dimension is. Um, because I have been doing this work since some time. So there's this idea of n dimension since when I began. But I don't think people really know what that means. So I'm the original originator. Yeah. Thank you so much for your kind attention. I hope this inspires you to at least write a comment or ask a question. And I will respond. Would be glad. Thank you so much for your kind attention.